So now that you have a sense of how to add a portfolio, let's walk through creating one of the projects with screen captures. Once you have the basic process in mind, it's time to create a project. You should start by gathering the information you need to set up a project. I included a link to the template page so that you can easily prepare the information you need. So, to set up a project, you need to first think about the project title. In the example here I have a sample online lecture. Next, you need to think about what is the final outcome of the project. And you can see here are the outcomes for the online lecture. A recorded lecture, PowerPoint slides, knowledge checks, assignment description and activities, and so on. Next is a description of the assignment. And this typically includes what the instructor gives you as the definition of the assignment, but may also include other kinds of information to flesh out what was required. Next, you list the skills learned with the project. This helps build out your profile and your skills list. So in this case, skills include script writing, creating presentations, animation, editing, assignments, discussions, and design. The next is to think of tags. And these are tags that are used by others for searching. And tags might include online lecture, communication, VSU, communication arts. The next item to think about is what technology are you using? And here we used PowerPoint, VoiceThread, BlazeView, and Camtasia in this case instead of iMovie. And then finally, what category would you put your example project in? In this case, I've selected instruction. So once I have that basic information pulled together, I want to pause for a second and take a look at skills and tags. Skills and tags are important because part of the back end of the Portfolium database is a social networking and employment search function. So people who are looking for, particularly employers who are looking for people with particular skills, are going to go ahead and enter those skills or tags into a search feature, and they will start pulling up people whose portfolios match the skill sets that they're looking for. So let's take a moment to look at those key terms. If you recall from the resume lecture, employers are looking for particular skills in potential employees. You should consider how you can align your skills that you identify with those that your employer wants. To refresh your memory, here are the skills that employers are looking for in no particular order: critical thinking, oral communication, presentations, written communication, teamwork, decision making, problem solving, communication design, conflict management, ability to do research. Well, with all that being said, let's return to how to add a project. So when you click on the Add a Project, you'll have this window open up, and there's a couple pieces of information you're going to want to add. First, you're going to want to add the title of the project. Make sure it's meaningful and captures what you did, something much better than project, as compared to this one, which is online lecture, which makes clear what it's about. Second thing you'll do is you'll upload files associated with that project. In this case, you can see there are 4 different files uploaded. You can also post a link. So for example, if you have a video, you can put it into YouTube or Vimeo or something like that and simply paste that link in, as well as Prezi presentation, so it will access that information also. So here again, you can see we've got the uploaded files. You can also connect to a number of other sources of information. So you can create a link to files in Google Drive, Dropbox, Instagram, Facebook, Flickr, Google Photos, Evernote, Web Search, or Box. Continuing as you scroll down the window that's open, you want to add a category for the work that you're working on, for the project. You're going to enter the description at this point, and please remember you want to include the assignment purpose, technology, other skills, and things that you learned. And then you want to look at skills that you've developed, and you can see that you build a set of skills over time. And then finally you'll scroll to the bottom, and this is where you'll be able to put your tags in. Once you have finished, it'll look something like this, where in the middle, in the main window, you have a link to the documents that you have and you can scroll through them. Below that, you have the descriptions that you've added. On the top left, you have the title, and on the right, you have the skills that you identified and the tags that you identified. So at this point, let's take a look at what this looks like in Portfolio. So I'm back up again in Portfolio, and you can see my portfolio. And I'm going to click on the profile. Then Portfolio. And I'm going to scroll down to the exact same thing we were just talking about. If I can find it here for the online lecture. Flipped classroom. I think I added this to a different version of this. So I'm going to click on this project, and you can see it's basically the same window. In this case, I have a video from YouTube that I've linked in. I have at the bottom the description. I have my skills that were developed in doing this project, and I have the tags for this project. So that's one example. Let's look at a different example. Here's a tutorial. Again, it's a video expression of what it's about, skills, tags. So it gives you can look through, and I scroll down, all of my things I'm going to include in my portfolio are individual projects. So at this point, I'm going to take a pause, let you regroup, and then I'm going to come back and talk about how you can go about setting up a profile, an accomplishments block like this, so that a person doesn't have to go into the portfolio to see what you've done. They can see it and click on it right here on the front page.